Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and I've got something new to show you, or new to me, new to this channel, that I think is pretty cool. Now, ever since I got my tractor, I've had a situation of having more attachments and accessories for the tractor than I had room for. And I've solved part of that by putting a lot of it onto this shelving system, but that's just the front end attachments. So then the problem is having your 3-point attachments in the way or out in the elements. So what I wanted was a way to move 3-point attachments with the front end loader. Now there's a guy who watches this channel and comments sometimes. His name's Mark, and I saw on a Facebook group where he had built an adapter that lets you do just that. And so I decided I'm going to build the same thing. I have a friend who fabricates and likes doing these side jobs for me, and so I ordered some of these plates right here. These are John Deere quick attach plates for a compact tractor. And the way that Mark built his was he put tubing across these to make a frame, and then he attached a quick hitch to it. I really liked his design, said I'm going to do the same thing. And that's why those plates are here. Then I found out Artillian already makes that. They've actually made it for a long time. I found a YouTube video that's about 5 years old on the Artillian channel. And if you've watched this channel, you know I've got a partnership with Artillian. And sometimes they provide me with stuff just to show on the channel. And so I told the guy from Artillian what I was planning to make, and he set me up with this one here. It's exactly what I was wanting to build, but it's lighter weight and it's high quality, just like everything else. It hooks up onto the Artillian pallet fork frame. It's got these notches here that set over the frame, hooks in just like everything else, and then the front side is set up to attach your quick attach. So, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to replicate what I've done over here with a few modifications, and I'm going to build this side of the building into a set of shelves for 3-point attachments, because now I can actually lift them up high enough to layer them and get them out of the elements. So I'm really excited for that project. But today is going to be setting this thing up, knowing exactly how it works. And I've also got this landscape rake right back here. And in the Artillian video, they were using the front end loader to use a landscape rake. And if you think about it, that's really pretty handy, because a lot of us want a hydraulic top link so we can angle that on the fly. But just think how much or how easily you can manipulate your loader. If you want it angled this way, or you want it angled that way, or you want down pressure, or I see other applications besides just moving your stuff around for storage. So let's go ahead and get this switched out. Let's move some attachments and maybe put the rake on here and try it out like that. With the shelving system I have, I've got my tiller and my box blade under this shelf, but it's really hard to get them as far back as I want with the 3-point. So I'm going to take that out, put it back, maybe even try it out on this rock a little bit using the front end loader. So let's get started. As an example of always needing more space, when I pull these out right now, I don't have anywhere to put them. I think the best solution for these that I can think of is just having a really solid shaft mounted to the wall that you can slide the opening on these parts, like this is a rake, slide the opening on this onto that shaft and just hang them all three on the wall right there. That certainly takes up less space than having separate attachments for everything. So these parts take up less space than a whole grapple. So I'm starting to take on more paid work with the tractor, and with that you're looking at how much stuff can I take with me. You know, depending on what the job is, you might need several attachments. Well, with this, I could put my pallet forks and my grapple and this and the stump hoe bucket all into my truck bed, not take up any room on my trailer, still have a bucket on the front, still have a 3-point attachment, and probably set another 3-point attachment in front of the bucket. So without having a big trailer, I can take a lot more with me because this Artillian system breaks down. Alright, so this one took me a minute. I was confused at first because it doesn't go on quite the same as everything else. The other attachments set in at any spot here. They set in where these notches are low. Then you let the bottom fall in, lift it up and slide it over, lock it in. This one's a little bit different because it has to slide on from the end as far as I can tell. But just like this, you just start it on the end where these and slide it down. And then presumably you'd put it right in the center where your top link on your 3-point is right above that hitch. Let's see if it lines up with the keys now. Yep, that works. So I just had to stand there and stare at it for a minute till it made sense. Alright, so now we've got the adapter on. I've already got my quick hitch on the back, so I'll have to bring the tractor up and take that quick hitch off. All right, well, that was pretty straightforward, and we're hooked up. So I don't think I would ever use this box blade the way you just saw me doing it on the loader with the scarifiers down. Scarifiers, whichever term you prefer. I don't think that's really the right way to use it. If you're doing some heavy dragging and you want those scarifiers down, I think I'd put it on the back. You could do a little light work with this, seems fine to me. And I really think that rake is an ideal tool. Maybe a front blade. I call it a front blade. Maybe a rear blade being used on the front as a snow pusher would be a good use for this. I'm gonna move this rock around a little bit with the box blade, but I'm gonna lift the scarifiers first. So I'm planning to make a homemade 3-point carryall, and I was also thinking that would be a good use for a 3-point attachment that you might want to have on your front end loader. I'm sure I'll think of more uses for this adapter over time, and if you can think of anything, let me know in the comments. Alright, so I wanted one of these adapters before I knew it was a product that was already out there. I wanted one before it ever crossed my mind that I might use a 3-point implement on the front of the tractor. I wanted one just so I could put my 3-point implements on a rack. That was all I needed. But this kind of opens up some new possibilities, and I'd like to hear what you think are useful ways to use a 3-point attachment on the front end loader, and also what you think I should make out of those 3-point John Deere quick attach plates. So if you have any ideas for me, put them in the comments. Otherwise, I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. In just a minute, you'll see links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.